Welcome to the From Egypt to Zion show to all of the newcomers, and welcome back to all of my loyal subscribers. Now, I'm coming to you today to share with you some information that I got off this other YouTuber's channel's name. He goes by the name of New Breed Global Truth, and he shared some important information that I think is very, very important about what the elites are trying to put in place. Some of the stuff I've been sharing with you since 2018 about the New World Order. And now this stuff is coming to fruition. And I am going to break down what they're trying to tell you that they're coming to bring in to play.
How the future is going to be with their Agenda 2030. Listen to this craziness.
In the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
You do not even have to have elections anymore because you can already predict, and afterwards you can say, why do we need election?
Now, they just basically made a statement. One guy stated something about that the countries that have the dwindling populations are the best. They want to tell you that they want to depopulate. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you that they want to be able to come into nations and to kill off the population because they believe, and this is their ideology, they believe that there's too many people on the planet. And then this other guy mentioned something about there should be no elections anymore because they know that people have gotten privy to what they're trying to do. The elections are not, they're already rigged. There's a selection, not really an election. So it's not even necessary to have them anymore because they're telling you they are putting into play what they want, which is the New World Order.
Because we know what the result will be.
Our primary mission is, in fact, to set a global standard for the world for behavior.
What we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina, and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets.
You want the function, you want the...
Now, they just mentioned behavior modification because they don't like dissenters. They don't like people to go against their ideals. And so they want to be able to control people's mindsets. And the other guy mentioned something about they want to penetrate cabinets, meaning that they don't want to be able to have any opposition. They want to be able to control the government from the top on down. And let's listen to some more.
Service, right? Why do you want to own a cell phone if you can just lease it? And if you lease, why shouldn't you lease your refrigerator or your washing machine or your dishwasher? Or why do you want to own it?
I propose.
Now, this lady is talking about the fact of no more ownership. They don't want you to own a car. They don't want you to own a house. They don't want you to own something as small as a cell phone. They want you to forever pay. They want you to be a slave. They don't want there to be any middle class. This is why they had to get rid of the middle class. They only want the haves and the have-nots. Those that are at the top of the food chain, they are going to have everything, real food. They're going to have ownership. But those that are at the bottom are going to have nothing. So those down in the bunkers, they're going to try to take everything with them, all the resources, all the good stuff. And those that are left up here are going to have to fend for themselves, have nothing, and be forever a slave, maybe with a basic universal income, but they would own nothing. This is where they get the term from, you will own nothing and be happy.
Putting an end to anonymity on social media.
But if 1 billion people start eating meat, I tell you that has a big impact. Can you imagine the...
Now, one man said something about they don't want there to be any anonymity. They don't want you to be anonymous on social media. So whatever you say, they want it to be known who said it because they don't like dissenters. They want to be able to come after you or in some way penalize you for your thought process of being against them. Then the other person said something about meat, eating no meat. In other words, they want you to be able to eat their lab grown meat, but you can't have the real stuff. They don't even want you to be able to grow anything. They want everything to be lab grown, genetically modified, almost like you're a hamster in a lab animal where they can put you in a controlled environment and control everything you do and think. This is also where they come in with the stuff about the brain implants, and we'll talk further.
Years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains. I can we measure your brain waves.
There's some really interesting research that we can plant false memories in the brain. People believing that they've been at Disney World with characters who are not Disney characters, taking photographs with those characters.
And substituting humans for machines is going to be far easier in those countries that have declining populations.
Okay, so they're basically telling you that they want to control your every move, every aspect of your life, your thought process. They want to control you like a computer. They want to put implants in your brain. This is why you can have an Elon Musk that has Neuralink. They want to possess you pretty much. And that's where these elites come in with these organizations like CERN, the RFID chip, and the jabs and different things like that, because they want to control everything about you. They want to control your life. They want to control your thought process. So you are, in a sense, a prisoner. So this is what the New World Order is bringing about. You won't be able to buy and sell, if you are a dissenter. This sounds like the mark of the beast system, if you ask me. You won't be able to buy and sell unless you have the mark. And that's where that brain implant comes in at. So family, I just wanted to chime in on this because this is very, very important. And this is playing out even as we speak. Again, I want to give thanks to New Breed Global Truth for bringing this information. But I wanted to break it down because it is right there in your face. This is manifesting in this times that we are living in right now. And I hope that you have gotten what I have been trying to tell you over, the last decade, that you need to grow your own food and things like that. So, yeah.